Okay, we're back on, Josh. Okay, seems like we're back here. My internet decided that it wanted to go to sleep and had to be reset. Luckily, that was just a practice when it went down. Would have been a pretty bad way to just destroy a tournament. Not that it hasn't happened before. Okay, so this normally plays at 20%. Let's see. So that landing spot would be about right here. So that's about 80% club. Plus 20. 9.6 P1. So you're looking at about 4.6 rings. Hey, John Bell. Thanks for coming back and the good luck. So not too bad there. So given our wind, we over adjusted that a little. So let's see. If we did 4.6, 15% would have been 4.4. So we'll play that shot and see if we can replicate it. Alright, so let's get back to the tournament. Looks like our internet's going to stick this time. Play it for real. So I shouldn't have to push up like I did with the last one, because I got the Kingmaker and it'll be a little longer. And I'll have more curl. So I should land a little differently. So hopefully we'll get a better rollout. But if not, we know how we're going to play that bump. Hey Sam. Thanks for stopping by and chatting. Hopefully we'll get it. We're talking baby clubs. And of course, again, we get the minimum wind. So 7.1 is going to be 2.9. I'm going to push up half a ring. And then I'm going to max curl it. No overpower. And hopefully I did everything as I did in the practice. Ooh, that was close. Nice roll though. You're playing the tour stop. That was an interesting one. I had a somebody with an alternate account in mind, and they just blew it up. Very nicely done, Sam. Yeah, that's a nice thing about Pro. You can use Expert and just kind of adjust it a little bit. Thanks, William. So I'm going to do 15% here since we're all the way at the bottom. Normally I do 20, but you're further back. So I'm going to do 15%. This is Thorn 6, so I got to set up further back. Make sure I gave myself about 2 squares. And I'm going to look at my Thor 6 slider, because we're going to be around mid-club. So there's, start with 1 back. And I'm going to go half right. Now we're going to push up to the left side of the cup. So there's 10, 20, 22 rings, which is 24%. 8.9 is going to be 3.5. So let's see how well we come in. Good first bounce, and we drop it. Great start back from losing our internet. So that, let's see what plus 10%, 3.3. So plus 10%, probably a little more accurate on that because we were just in it. Thanks for the booms, Sam. So that gets us our extra that we're looking for on top of our clean run. Thanks, John Bell. Yeah, when you have a tailwind or a crosswind, that's a nice alternate drive on this hole. You're still going to have a somewhat tough thorn shot because that one plays a little weird. Thanks, William. So now we might actually have a chance for this baby to crack the top 10. Still got to play clean, and we still have hole 6, which we know is a little hard with our clubs. Bammer. Alright. Alright, so we have a tailwind. We did this drive safely with the extra mile before. So we're going to continue with the extra mile. Now, I may not be able to get down into bump range as far as playing the bump, but I may be able to get down into the bounce over range. Let's get our EM6 back in, plus 10. And could you imagine what I could do in tier 1 with an APOC 6? I can't even get APOC and stay in tier 1. In fact, this account was tier 2. If I had played those 2 tournaments instead of letting them get last place, I'd probably still be tier 2. It's unfortunate that there's a minus 29 in this, and that we don't have a chance at gold. So I'm going to go 2 left, max top. Going to go just inside that dark divider there. 8.5 is going to be 4 rings. And then I'm going to push this to max, because we have less top and less distance than the APOC. Oh, great right's not good. That's going to hurt us. Yeah. Let go just a little early on that. Great left was safe. Great right on an EM6. I agree. Minus 29 is going to be some. It was none of my tier 2 brackets. I had a minus 33 in one of my tier 2 brackets and a minus 31 in the other. And then, of course, minus 29 in this tier 1. My tier 3 bracket had multiple minus 33s. And I don't remember what the other T3 bracket had. I mean, people are starting to figure out how to get their accounts down into some of the lower brackets. Alright, we're gonna need something here. I'm not sure I can clear that, but I'm gonna try. Okay, we rolled out. I'd rather have a wedge. even if it is extra mile 3 or Endbringer 3. Thorn 6, just not enough. So the podium is 33. So sounds like you're in one of my brackets, Badger. Because I had a bracket that was like that. Alright, so what are we looking at here? So I'm looking at 95% club. We got 8.6, so 6.5. And a glitchy guide. There we go. 6.5. We hit great. Perfect would have dropped that. All of a sudden I get a case of the greats. We're back at minus 24. This hole is the only hole I've made a mistake at on this account. And I made it once in all 3 rounds. Funny how that works. Okay, so hole 16. I can't get over with my clubs, I don't think. Don't have enough curl, so I'm gonna have to play the layup approach. Let's see if I got a rock. There we go. I got a rock sniper card bag. So we're going to do the layup approach like we did last time. I'm not exactly sure. If it's not Johnny, it's tier 3. So if it's tier 2, it could be JR, or it could be one of the Eagles. So I'm going to go 1.5, and I'm going to go no top. 7.4. I'm going to go 7.2. Give it a little baby right curl, just in case. Yeah, that hole is tough if you don't have the right clubs. If I wouldn't have hit great, I would have been fine. And if I wouldn't have hit great on that last one, I would have been fine. So, what were my tier 2s? There was a minus 27. There was a minus 28. And a minus 26 in my tier 2s. Yeah, that was my tier 2s. 28, 27, and 26. Which is bad because the 27 and 28 both had minus 15 front nines. And I just, fell apart on the back 9. Alright, so there's 10 rings. We'll say 11 rings from men. 11 rings from men on the Sniper 8 is 35%. We got 7.7. And let's do plus 5. So 7 rings. should probably spin the ball. And now I'm going to run out of time. Of course, another great. Perfect would probably been too hot. That needed to be about a square and a half short. I think the +5 was right. I do think the +5 was right. Clan name would either be the Ball Breakers clan or Eagle Hotel. If it's J Eagle, then it would be Eagle Hotel, just like this account right here. And that would be the -26. So yeah, we only have the 2 clans, and one of them is for the baby accounts and alt accounts that we need to have rest for the week. And there's a lot of beginners in that account, in that clan. I don't know how. Like, we went from 13 people, and it, you know, mostly alts, and I didn't log in for 2 or 3 days. I come back and we're full, and it's all people who had just started within the last week. Alright, on to the next one. So I've noticed a sticky spot on this hole, and I tried tweaking it forever, and I kept getting just left or just right. I couldn't get it to fall just center. Ragnarok, I've come across a few people. I actually might have played you before. It could have been a replay, because your main's name and Ragnarok are definitely familiar. And I tend to get a lot of the same people over and over again, because very few people have played when I play my main rounds. Like, I keep getting Magnus a lot. Alright, so 2 left, 1.9 top. So if you watch this, when I go across there, see there's a sticky spot. And 8.1 is going to be 10.8. So there's 10.8. And I had a little bit of right curl on there because I think I was set up a little left, but I could have been wrong. Yeah. And that was probably the most I've missed that hole on. But I haven't dropped it. And if I took that right curl off, I'm on the left side of the cup. Hey Jesse, not much. Yeah, there's quite a few tough brackets out there. It's the weird thing about Tier 2. When you're in it, it's a mixed bag on whether or not you're going to get somebody who's going to shoot just a tier 3 gold score. And I usually have at least one that has that. Hey, Uncle Fungus. Thanks for the good luck. Could have used it earlier. Did great all the way up until the back 9 today. Then I fell apart. Feeling much better, Jesse. Back's not locking up anymore. It was very interesting trying to play the opening round and the beginning of the weekend round in bed. I don't know if he's going to finish this tonight. I'm assuming he will. He might be on late. You know, he tends to sometimes come on late. Alright, so I believe we have a tail for hole 18. We do. And with having a tail, I can play the more accurate Thor's hammer. Since I don't have to worry about overpowering it this time. Yeah, usually he plays the front 9 one night and the back 9 the next night. Yeah, today's probably the first time I've been able to sit in this chair without tightening up and a little bit of pain. Right now it's just kind of a tightness. So that's why I figured I'd go ahead and stream the baby count. Yeah, he should have 2 back 9s. So I really wanted to send this, but the send it shot is so inconsistent. It's there, but then you're still going to be left with a thorn and, you know, a power 5 with a thorn. But there's a nice little hook shot you can play and land in that second fairway and get pretty far down. I don't know if anybody ever played it or posted it, but it's there. Alright, so my aim spot always when I play this hole, if you look, there's a nice dark little patch here, and I'm always aiming right there. So I need to push up 2 rings after I find my spot. So 9.1, it's going to be 5.5, and then I'm going to push up 2 rings. See, had I done that, I should still be safe here, but had I done that with the extra mile, I'm in that bunker. And it's one of the reasons why I wanted to switch. So let me look at my slider for the Sniper 8, just so I can kind of memorize it real quick. So 13 rings, 14 rings to 50%, 15 from men. And play this at plus 15%, and left side of the green that has the cup. So there's 10 rings. it's just under 15 rings, which is going to be about 48%. 8.6 is going to need 8.8. And then we'll come in just on the side of the cup probably. Because that's the way this likes to roll. Right there, but not enough to make it. Usually it's the right side of the cup on that one. But I tried to put a little curl to adjust it and it didn't. So we're going to finish with the minus 24, which was my goal. We actually dropped 2 extras, but we gave up 2 shots. One playing aggressive, trying to get an extra, and the other just due to a bad grate on hole 6. Extra mile doesn't give you that luxury of hitting great. It's a very inconsistent shot. There's a little bit of a sticky spot about 5 rings back from the bend, but you've got to be set up with the yellow or half the red at the rough, and that's a risk. And I'd rather, not risk, try to get lucky. But there is a little bit of a sticky spot further up and to the right. So we're up into 13th. Probably won't hold. But considering the clubs, and these scores being tier 3 scores really, not too bad. You have to be precise to run a clean run in this with these. Let's see, for my other account, I have all of them run now. And I tried to tell RJ about this, but for those of you that have a Samsung, you can actually have 2 versions of Golf Clash open at the exact same time for switching accounts. So I can go directly from this account to this account, playing the same shot back and forth. So I think this might have been my weakest bracket. Yeah. So there's a minus 33. As you can see, I fell apart on this one. I was doing good, had a minus 15 front, dropped 10, and then nothing. I had a wedge shot on 5 that I lipped out, a wedge shot on 7 that I lipped out. And on a Samsung and some other Androids, you have what's called Knox, and it's a secure folder. If you put a second version, if you put the app inside that, you can have the app running on the main screen and an app running inside of the secure folder. So if you're somebody who has only 2 accounts, it's really nice to switch back and forth. So yeah, a secure folder makes it really nice. So that allows me to switch back and forth really quickly between 2 accounts when I'm working out shots. And usually I'll have the one account linked with Facebook and one with Google Play on one, and then a Google Play on the other, so I can run 3 accounts at the same time. So let's show you guys what tier 3 looks like. So here I am with my minus 29. Minus 29, minus 29. And I'm in 28th. But again, the minus 33 is leading. And this one was another one where I blew up. So if you look, I had a minus 16 front 9. And I only dropped 1 on the back. I had a wedge on 5 again. And I hit great. And it just run on the lip. And then on hole 10, I had a wedge. And I hit great. And it was on the lip. So that was 2 strokes that I gave away with a 50% wedge from hitting great. So pretty ridiculous that I do that on 2 different accounts. On hole 13 and 2, I missed both of those by less than a ball. Hole 8, about the same. Just tough runs. You know, falling apart on the back 9 doesn't help. I didn't qualify this account. It was tier 3. I you know, run it through. I know, Kevin. That's what I felt like when it was happening. I was like, oh, come on. How am I just hitting greats all of a sudden? And how is a great EB missing? You know, a slight grade on an EB. But we got quite a few people through this time. But that's it for me tonight. I'll do some tour streaming through the week and some ultimate golf streaming through the week. My kid will be doing NTI, and I'll be in here with him. So while I'm doing work, I'll also do a couple streaming in between to break up the day. So if you guys want to pop in, say hi, hang out, I'll appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Good luck. Good night, Quad. You've played Eaglecott before? Okay, but yeah, that's me. You're welcome, Uncle Fungus. Good night, Badger. RJ is not going to stream? Ah, well. Thanks, William. Good night.